We are Career Time.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and all of Black Cat Nation. We're here for this week's coaches show as well as our prediction show from Mexia Sports Network. As usual, we're here with the head coach of the Mexia Black Cats, Coach Aaron Now. This is week 9
Yes.
for the Black Cats. We're getting ready and getting set to take on Eustis here in Mexia this week. Coming off of a road game last week and a tough loss to the Tig Lions, looking to get back on track this week as we face Eustis. Tell us what you're looking at this week, Coach.
Yeah, like you said it best at first when you said it's week 9. Like it's, the way our bye week fell, being we're gonna play all 10, and then the bye week, like it just starts turning into a blur. It's like, I left the field house yesterday and I was like, man, tomorrow's Wednesday, and then it's game polish on Thursday, and play on Friday. And like I said, it was a tough loss Friday night over at Tig, the only thing it really cost us was district title. We still control our own destiny as far as going, making the playoffs, and I know there's a million scenarios out there, and I told the kids, hey, we're not going to go play the scenario game. You're not going to walk in the coach's office and it looked like a casino gambling board in there with, hey, plus this, minus this. We take care of us, and we're in. And so that's kind of our mindset going forward, and we get that first opportunity Friday night against Eustis in our last home game.
Yeah, and I think you just said it, talking about all the scenarios and not playing the one scenario that you really care about right now, but sometimes those teams are the most dangerous because they can play spoiler.
No doubt. They get to come in free, loosey-goosey, and come play spoiler. Coach Chase got that job, really late in the process. I think he got it sometime around mid-June. And so you got to be able to line up and be gap sound in whatever they're throwing at you, and then defensively they're big up front. They structure out of a 4-3, but they do some different stuff out of it to give it some different looks, and so we've got to be able to count hats in the box and take advantage of numbers when we get them.
And I'd never like to talk too much about the previous week, but if you watch the game, if you were there at the game, and of course you guys being out there coaching and the players been on, we know that there's a lot of self-inflicted things going on.
No doubt.
How have the guys looked ready this week, fixing those things, practicing at a high level, ready going into the game on Friday?
Going back to last Friday, like we talked at halftime, I said, there's not anybody in this room that thinks we played really good in the first half. It's 12-0. Like, as bad as we feel like we were in the first half, like, hey, let's take a deep breath, drink a little Gatorade, clear the mechanism, and we get the ball to start the third quarter. And hey, first thing we got to do is go score the first one. And so we go out, boom, it's 12-7. Nate Burns makes probably the most ridiculous play I've ever seen on kickoff. It's never on the script that, hey, we're going to kick off and we're going to score on it. And I'll be honest, like as it's happening, I'm like, what is Nate doing? Like he's running the wrong way, and then all of a sudden I'm like, he's toting that thing. I'm like, I never saw the ball come out, and usually it's on the turf or whatever. But he just went and said, thank you very much, I'm going to take that the other way. And boom, it's 14-12 Black Cats, and you're kind of like, all right, this is kind of what we thought. And, to Tig's credit, they kind of got their nose bloody a little bit and went right back to work and marched down and take the lead. And then we give up the second touchdown late. And when they missed the PAT right there to make it 26-14, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, it's going to cost them. Like, hey, we're going to go down, we're going to score, we're going to onside kick, and we're going to score again, and we're going to take victory on the PAT because it's going to be 27-26. There's going to be just a few seconds left at Vinny on the clock, and it's going to be a great night and just heartache in Tig, Texas. But unfortunately, it wasn't the case. I thought we had a good onside kick at the end, gave us a chance for it. But we missed opportunities in the first half, opportunities to get off the field defensively, and didn't do it. So you can only miss so many of those and still feel like you're going to be successful. And we definitely, kind of shot ourselves in the foot all night long.
So we're back at home this week. We've kind of been home on the road, back home on the road. Do you feel like that's a good thing for the players that they get to come back home, kind of get back in a routine that they're comfortable with, going to play in front of their home crowd, and they're looking to bounce back from the loss last week? How big of an advantage do you think it gives them being back at home after that?
No doubt. Come back and ride the ship in front of your home fans, and for our seniors, it's their last game at Black Hat Field. And since I've been coaching, that's one thing that I've always tried to pull those seniors to the side at some point and go, hey, like, yeah, we're getting ready for a game, and you're getting ready for this, but at some point on Friday, like, just take a moment and let it soak in that, hey, like, this is the last time I'm putting on the crimson and black field. And our kids that have gone all the way through, they played there ever since 7th grade, and so they played a lot of football there, and they've got memories there, and they come and watch the older guys before them play. I just think it's important for those kids to take a moment and just kind of let it sink in and think of the good times they've had there and the memories they've had of it, and then when they kick it off, you got one last shot to go make a few more.
So, as Coach Now just stated, for all of you out there, this Friday night is senior night here at Black Hat Field, and the Mexia Black Hat seniors, I believe, will be honored prior to the game, or
it's really so senior night's really for band. We do our parent night, the first home game, and then I'm not sure if band's doing. I don't know if it's pregame or halftime.
Halftime.
I don't know. I probably should know, but I don't know at the moment.
Our band seniors will be honored. It'll be a good chance for us to honor the senior football players by coming out and supporting those guys, cheering them and being loud with them, bringing them as much energy into that stadium as we possibly can as they round out their careers here in Mexia at home. And hopefully looking to continue to play after that. But it'll be the last time we're able to see them walk out onto Black Hat Field and play in front of the home crowd. So let's come out and support those guys and push them on to victory as they get ready to take on Eustis this week. Coach Now, as always, thank you for coming in and sitting with us.
You bet.
And we're wishing you guys the best of luck this week, starting tomorrow with the sub-varsity. Junior high is here.
Yeah, junior high is here at 5 and 6:30, and then JV travels to Eustis, kickoff approximately 6 o'clock.
And then that'll lead us into our Friday night matchup against Eustis, which will kick off at 7:30 p.m. from Black Hat Field. Thank you all again for watching, and as always, go Black Hats.
Go Black Hats.
photography. Visit Photo Trappings on Facebook for all the latest specials and mini sessions. Photo Trappings, 115 East Commerce, downtown Mexia, 4562-PIX.
Visit ElizabethCFerrariRealtor.com or call 254-747-1602. Real estate market knowledge, passion for helping clients.
Tonight's game is sponsored by Mexia Sports Network, Rear and Rear Mobile Detail, Woodman Life, Subway, Joe Fridays, Elizabeth C. Ferrari Realtor, and Big Drip.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are here on this Friday night as we bring you week one, opening game of the 2021 season for the Mexia Black Cat football team. Right now we're about 3 minutes from kickoff as the Mexia John Luna and 14 Dontavius Daniels as their captains tonight. We will try to get you a.
To defer their decision until the second half. That means Mexia will get the ball first.
We will try to get you or get a roster for the Lake Belton Broncos so that we're able to bring you their names as well. But on the coin toss, Lake Belton won the toss. They chose to defer until the second half. Mexia has chosen to receive the ball. So again, as we get set to start this game, Mexia will be receiving the opening kickoff of the 2021 season. And it's Wallace High here on the call for Mexia Sports Network. We also have Freddie Greer working behind the scenes, and we will be joined here shortly by James Deichler. And as Mexia's kick return team takes the field, it looks like we'll have number 11, Chris Bradley, number 10, TJ Bryant, and it looks like number 13, Xavier Molina, back deep for the Black Cats. And now trotting on also we'll have Bryson Noel, number 2 for the Black Cats, all set back, awaiting the opening kickoff. And it will be number 8 for the Broncos, set to kick off. And he drives it deep, and that ball will get into the end zone for a touchback as he kicked it away from Bradley and through the end zone. So Mexia will take over the ball, 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line to open the season. And if you've been able to keep up with Mexia this season, you'll know that Mexia will have a Betts behind center this year to start this game. He'll be joined in the backfield by number 9, DeAndre Sandals. Snap back, handoff ball's on the ground. It looks like Betts was able to get on it. That's going to be a loss of about 4 yards of yardage here. Betts takes the snap. He hands it around the edge to number 3. I believe that's Caleb Matthews. And he was pulled down for a short gain. Looks like he got out about 1 yard on the little end around give there from Betts. Mexia will take on third and 12 from the 23-yard line. Betts behind center. Snap back. He drops back and looks. He's got some pressure. He escapes to his right, and he has a couple Broncos there waiting on him, and he's brought down at the 25-yard line. That'll bring up 4th and 10 for the Black Cats.
Mexia is brought down at the 26-yard line by number 4, Ty Legg.
And it looks like the Black Cats are going to elect to punt here as they run on the kicking unit. For the Black Cats, we'll have number 31, David Davila, back deep to punt. Snaps back, caught by Davila. He gets his foot into it. It's a good punt as the ball travels and bounces and carries. It's taken at the 35-yard line and then returned back across midfield. And they're going to mark the return man down at the Mexia 48-yard line. That was number 13 for the Broncos, who picked that ball up off the bounce and then
You're listening to Black Cat Football and Greer Time Media. Let's take it to the booth with your host, Freddie Greer Sr.
Back here with week 9 of Black Cat Football and our prediction show this week. I'm joined, of course, I'm Wallace Hyde, joined here by Denora Sandals and Vance Rose. And we're going to hop right into our predictions in our high school portion this week. As start off with a big game in 3A, as the Franklin Lions will be going over to take on the Lorena Leopards.
Ooh.
I'm going to take Lorena.
I'm going to take Lorena too, Vance.
I think this one is going to be
that's going to be
a headbanger right here.
Two top 10.
Man. Franklin, of course, number 1 team in the state. Lorena, I believe, is around like number 6.
You got Division 1 and Division 2 state champions.
And they're in the same district
In
this
the
year.
district.
Yeah. Both of them were state champions last year.
Last year.
In Texas football, Lorena was ranked 3rd, wasn't it?
I think so. They up there.
Oh, maybe so. I know Franklin's number 1. Lorena's right behind them as they've had a great season again. That's going to be a big-time district matchup between those two.
They'll probably see each other again.
To our district, Fairfield is traveling over to visit Kemp.
I'm going to go Fairfield.
Fairfield.
I'm going to go Fairfield as well. Then we'll have Teague Teague on the road at Groesbeck.
I'm going to go with Groesbeck.
I'm going T.
I'm going with the Lions also.
Let's get Freddie in here now.
Freddie, we're making you pick last today, but
I'm going with Grove Pack, and I'm going Grove Pack 37, 10, 35. I hope as well y'all pick Grove Pack.
oh well, yeah, no, we're not gonna pick them. Well, I think Vance picked them. Vance picked them. Dino and I picked Tig.
Well, we'll just see.
We'll see. I think it'll be a good matchup though over there. And then, of course, the Mexia Black Hats are at home against Eustis.
I'm going with the Black Cats.
I got the Black Hats.
And I'm going with the Black Hats as well in this one. That'll round out our high school portion of the show. We'll roll right into our college predictions, as this week the Baylor Bears are at home against the Kansas Jayhawks, and it's homecoming in Waco.
I'm going to take Baylor.
I'm going to take Kansas.
I'm going to take my Baylor Bears this week, as always. Next up, the Texas Longhorns are facing Oklahoma State Cowboys.
I'm going to go with Hook 'em Horns.
I'm going Texas.
I'm going with the Longhorns as well. I thought last week Sanders, the quarterback for Oklahoma State, would be out. He actually played, but I did hear that he will be out this week. So I think that's going to definitely give Texas an upper hand in that game. Next up, we have TCU taking on Kansas State.
I'm going to go with TCU.
I'm
It's
going-
still already going to be a good game.
I'm going with the Horned Frog.
Yeah, they're still undefeated, and they are playing some good football.
Good football.
I'm going with TCU in this one. Then we have Texas Tech taking on West Virginia.
I'm going to take Texas Tech.
I'm going to take Texas Tech.
I'm taking Tech in this one also. Then some more of our Texas schools is the Aggies are taking on South Carolina and the Gamecocks.
I'm going to take A&M.
I got A&M.
I'm taking A&M in this one as well. The Houston Cougars are taking on Navy.
I'm going to go with Houston.
I'm going with Navy.
I pondered this one. I'm going to go with Houston in this one, but I know the midshipmen are going to come out and they're going to play tough. SMU is taking on Cincinnati.
I'm going to take Cincinnati.
I got SMU.
I took SMU in this one as well. And some of our locals sitting in with us today here at Joe Fridays, they're pulling for the Mustangs also. We have Georgia taking on Florida.
I'm going to go with Georgia.
I'm going with the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it ain't no Florida-Georgia line in this one.
No.
Georgia's on top. Georgia's going to be on top in this one. Ohio State is taking on Iowa.
I'm going to go with Ohio State.
I got the Buckeyes.
Yeah, I think the Buckeyes are going to be too much for them. Tennessee takes on Tennessee Martin.
I'm going to take Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yeah, this is one of those, they throw
It's a
that
tune-up
game
game.
in
Yeah,
in
it's
the
on
middle of the
tune-up.
season. You need to rest some players up, and yeah, that's what that one
After
is.
last week, they
Yeah. They didn't get the bye week, so they just put in one of the smaller schools are going to play them. I'm taking Tennessee in this one. Michigan's taking on Michigan State.
That'll be a pretty good game.
Yeah.
I'll take Michigan.
Yeah, I got Michigan.
Yeah, that's a rivalry game.
Yeah. In-state.
Their in-state rivalry, but I'm taking Michigan as well, the Wolverines. Next up, we have Clemson taking on Syracuse.
I'm going to take Clemson.
I got Clemson, but it's going to be a good one because
Yeah,
Syracuse is playing good football.
Syracuse is playing really good football, and sometimes Clemson, they're one of them that
they
kind of
will.
worry me here and there, and they've been playing on thin ice all season. But I'm going to go with the Clemson Tigers in this one. Then we have Alabama looking to bounce back against Mississippi State.
I'm going to take Alabama.
I got Alabama.
I'm going with Alabama also in this one. Then Ole Miss is facing LSU.
I'm going to take Ole Miss.
I got Ole Miss.
I'm going Ole Miss in this one as well. Then rounding out our college picks this week, UCLA is taking on Oregon.
I'm going to go with Oregon.
I went with Oregon.
I went with Oregon as well in that one. Hey, man. So as we keep rolling on into the NFL portion of our prediction this week, our first game is the New Orleans Saints versus the Arizona Cardinals.
I'm going to take Arizona.
I got Arizona.
I'm taking Arizona as well. The Falcons are taking on the Bengals this week.
I'm going with Cincinnati.
I got Cincinnati.
I'm taking Cincinnati also. The Indianapolis Colts versus the Tennessee Titans.
I'm going to take Tennessee.
I got the Colts.
I'm taking Tennessee in this one. The Green Bay Packers versus the Washington Commanders.
Green Bay.
Green Bay.
I'm going Green Bay also. Tampa Bay versus Carolina.
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. The New York Giants versus the Jacksonville Jaguars.
New York Giants.
I got the Giants.
Yeah, the Giants are playing good football, and
Yeah.
I'm going to go with them as well. The Cleveland Browns are taking on the Baltimore Ravens.
I'm going to go Baltimore.
I got Baltimore.
Yeah, I think Baltimore's got a little bit more than Cleveland right now, as long as they don't turn it over late in the game.
Yeah.
The New York Jets are taking on the Denver Broncos.
I'm going to take Denver.
I got the Jets.
I'm going with the Jets as well.
Yeah.
Because right now,
I don't
Denver
know.
is not
Denver,
riding. They
yes.
they are not riding
Broncos
with the
not
Broncos.
bucking.
No. They're going to have to figure some things out here pretty
Yeah.
quick. Then we have the Houston Texans taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
I'm going to go to Las Vegas.
Well, somebody get their second win of the
I
year.
know, right?
I got the. Well, I'm gonna have to go with the Las Vegas though.
I'm going with the Raiders also. And then the Seattle Seahawks face the Los Angeles Chargers.
I'm going to go Los Angeles Chargers.
I got the Chargers.
I'm going with the Chargers as well. The Kansas City Chiefs versus the San Francisco 49ers.
I'm going Kansas City.
I'm going with Kansas City.
I'm going with the Chiefs too, but every year it seems like this is a trap. No matter what the records are, the Chiefs struggle to play the 49ers.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game.
That's like the 49ers in L.A. when they play. Seems like San
But
Francisco always wins.
I do have the Chiefs circled on my page. Then we have Pittsburgh versus Miami.
I'm going to take Miami.
I took Miami.
I'm taking Miami also. I don't know what quarterback they're going to have
I don't
playing.
know either. But it don't matter as long as you got Tyreek Hill and
I know.
Jalen Waddle out there catching
Just
everything.
somebody, I think.
Just get it to him.
I think they ran out of quarterbacks last week. I think Teddy Bridgewater had to come back into the game, and maybe they picked up a couple off the practice squad this week or something.
He had 176.
I know.
And Waddle had 126 yards receiving.
Yeah, they have a really high-octane offense down there in Miami. And then, of course, our game of the week, the Dallas Cowboys versus the Detroit Lions.
I'm going to go with Dallas.
I got Dallas.
And I'm going with the Cowboys as well. It wouldn't be right if I picked against the
Nah,
team.
we bouncing back.
Yeah, I
this
think
year.
we're going to bounce back this
We
week
bounce
and
back
take
this
care.
year.
We'll bounce back
We
this
bounce
week
back.
after that loss last week. That rounds up our prediction show for this week. We want to thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sitting in with us. We want to remind you that this Friday night, we will be bringing you live coverage of the Mexia Black Hats versus Eustis Bulldogs live from Black Hat Stadium here in Mexia. Kickoff is at 7:30. We'll be on air shortly before that, bringing you pregame coverage leading up to kickoff. If you're not able to attend the game, we do encourage you to go to the game, go sit out in support and cheer on our athletes as they're out there, fighting for victory and representing the town of Mexia and our community. But if you're not able to make it, you are able to catch those games here live with us on Mexia Sports Network. You're able to go to YouTube, type in Mexia Sports Network in the search bar. It'll bring you to the page where you can click the page. It'll show you a live link for you to click into the game to watch. If you're on Facebook, go to Greer Time Media or Mexia Sports Network, where we will have the link, the YouTube link posted there for you to click. And if you click it, it'll take you directly to YouTube and into the live coverage of the game. We want to thank you again for tuning in with us. Myself, Wallace High, Denora Sandals, Vance Rose, and our producer, Freddie Greer. We want to thank you from Mexia Sports Network, and as always, go Black Cats.
Go Black Cats.